which if you look at your phone, you should be able to see that. I'm looking at. You don't need sound for anything else. Oh, do you have the phone synced up to the
Yep,
awesome.
I do. Yep.
Awesome.
Ted.
Totally fucking awesome.
Ted.
That is totally awesome behavior on your part.
Very cool behavior. Very behaviorally very cool.
So let's remember to get in and out of the intro.
Yep.
Say the show, all that shit, and then if you want to, I've got patter for you to have you react to right away.
Okay. Awesome. Yes, I was mindful of that.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec here. I'm gonna take off the headphones.
Okay. I'm gonna cue the goldfish and get that up. Going live to 1. Going live to Profession Confession channel. Hey everybody, sorry for the late start here. We're oh whoops, there we go. Hey everyone, sorry for the late start here. We had some technical difficulties.
We worked through a challenge that we were having with the several layers of imposing and insistent technology that we wield in order to bring you the show that you've come to love with the quality you deserve.
Everyone's trying to stop us, but
we thank you for your patience and understanding, as well as your feverish lust for our program. The show goes on.
Big thanks
How's the
to
beer?
Montucky.
Montucky! Bang, dang, dangle! Montucky! Pew, 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 pew.
Is that a Montana thing?
Montucky beer. Nobody knows, Gabe. Not one person.
Well, I'm drinking that. I don't know what else you're drinking, but I'm also having the ever-present Screwball.
The flavored whiskey
Screwball
of champions.
for a screwball. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, that's funny. All right.
Oh, I don't care who you are.
Thank you for joining us, everybody, and thank you for waiting, and thank you for your patience. Are we ready to start the show there, Gabe Marino?
Have you done your shares?
Yes. No.
Don't lie to me, Chris. You know what happened last time?
Yeah, you caught me.
Let's see. We got this. And then also, if you're watching this, as we do the show, we want this to be an open forum show. So if you have comments, fucking put them below on the Servitude page. Not if you're watching this on the Profession Confession page or my page, whatever. Go to the Servitude page and comment below, and then your post will be shown on the screen. So we'd love for that to happen. Sometimes I just run out of gas, speaking wise.
No, you don't.
Sure I do.
Servitude is live.
Let's see. Social. And then we got that on.
Do you ever notice that really funny thing I write when I share this?
You know what? Sorry. I keep forgetting to tell you this. You keep saying that our YouTube is not enabled for comments on the live. We got to change that so that people who watch on YouTube can comment and give us support. You know how important that is.
That's what we want.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing.
So
we should definitely fix that.
So I totally get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last one here.
Oh, shit, I got to do it.
Yeah.
If you're watching us at home, share it. God damn, man.
Yeah, give us a share. Share us to
Help
your
a
friends.
White boy out.
And share and share. And
share this.
Whoop.
Oh, jeez.
Help a white person.
I say SERVITUDE.
You want to talk about calling in?
This is an open, what do you call it? An open
forum, man.
Yep.
It is.
Yep. No, a call-in show. I just call it a call-in show.
That too.
Yep. We would love to hear from you. That's the whole point of this show. It's supposed to be like talking shop after work in a restaurant or other customer service work. And so to hear from you is all that this is supposed to be about. So if anybody wants to comment, you can just comment. You can comment.
Yeah, we don't want to talk the whole fucking time, but we will.
You can call in. We got the number up. You could zoom in even if you wanted. If you want us to see your face, and I want to see your face. So please do. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm sharing to like, shit. I'm trying to get banned from a bunch of like Facebook groups.
Good man.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have a drink while no one can see me.
I mean, there's too many Facebook groups. It doesn't matter if you get kicked out of a lot of them, or even all of them. I've never shared this many in my life.
The
This is
fuckable
like
show.
sociopathic.
What's the fuckable show? Oh,
Are you seeing all of them that it gets shared to?
yep.
This is abusive, what I'm doing.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
We must be really confident in this show.
Want to unfriend me. We should be. I mean, we should
We must be.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about.
Shout that out before we start. Yeah.
This is the Red Lobster episode. If you have any opinions at all about seafood, Red Lobster, endless shrimp, endless crab promotions, or just any customer service thing in general, please comment, call us. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Let's get zippy.
Spot sweeping the spots that need it. Once over, just get the big stuff. This show's called Servitude. It's all about serving, dude. That's why it's called Servitude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Servitude, the show, the service industry podcast about working in the service industry, and it's also a podcast. My name is Chris. I am the host of Servitude, 27 years in the industry with breaks.
Woo.
I've done dishwashing. I've done hosting.
Yeah.
I've done with the mosting.
Get 'em, big
I've
dog.
done waitering. Okay, I've done waitressing because we make more money that way. What else? Bartender. Cooking up the show in the back of the house, we got Mr. Gabe Noah.
Love it back here. Love watching the show. Love you, man. Nobody does it better.
Thanks, man.
I can't believe how many years that you've. This is just really a cherry on top of a long career in the service industry.
That's how Gabe and I got hooked up. As I was just doing the show, and he was such a big fan, he became the producer.
That's right.
I guess that's how the Joe Rogan's guy did that. Anyway, Gabe, give us a little bit of your history, please.
Oh yeah. Well, you might know me from Dairy Queen in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, the lake location and the mall location. I worked there for 3 years, from ages 15 to 18. Also worked at Fiordalisi's Rustic Inn, which is a Hell's Angel shithole bar that I loved working at for a year. And of course, 22 years on the killing floor at Sleepyland Furniture. Why am I hiding that at Slumberland, I wonder?
I don't know. I figured you had your reasons.
Yeah,
I think those reasons are probably correct.
It seems like something you should do, but put it this way: if I have to go back there at some point, my life's already fucked. It doesn't matter.
I'm just wondering if you've had too much peanut butter whiskey.
Woo! No,
you're
such
making
thing,
wrong
big dog.
decisions.
Well,
you know what? I'll tell you where I worked. Oh
boy,
that poor woman.
my manager. To anyone watching, also,
She seemed. That's like what. My kid does memes all the time, so he would say, "She be like when you get late for work." That's what he would say. She be like when you get late for work.
he does memes or he talks that way.
That's the way memes talk, and so he.
Your
copies
son is retweeting.
He's retweeting just to me.
Okay.
In word form. That's what we call talking now. Retweeting. Yeah, and then he retweeted something he said to me. I mean he said it to me, but he basically retweeted it with his voice.
Do you correct his grammar when he talks back to you that way?
No, that's silly.
Why?
Because people are smart enough to know the difference between correct grammar and incorrect grammar, just like you are.
Isn't he like 7?
I don't know how old he is, but
well, I thought maybe at his
tender young age. Yeah.
yes, that possibly it might be in your best interest that he knows the King's English.
Yeah. No, it's actually that people like everyone. There's a great talk that this linguist I like.
Oh boy.
No, but it goes. He shows how it goes back like hundreds, literally like 150 years of newspaper articles that are like, are the children losing the language these days? And so now today's version is that they're texting and they don't know the difference between OMG and it's like no, they know the difference between, as you call it, the King's English and the lexicon of the day.
Always fighting for the little man. Good job, Chris. All right. We also want.
He is little.
I don't know.
That's how I describe his age. He's
like
little.
Like you're acting like I'm being latently racist, and I'm not. I'm truly asking if you're a 7-year-old fucking kid, like if that's a concern that he's going. He be late for work. That you don't go like, oh hey son, just so you know,
no.
Saying he be late for work is not the.
No, that's just the way they speak in memes. It's like this.
I know that's how they speak in memes.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if you knew.
Is 7. Don't blame me when he comes to your house with his pants on backwards, talking that hippity hoppity. Okay,
he'll be 10 next month.
How do you know? You didn't even know his age a couple minutes ago. Now you're just trying to win an argument.
His mother just texted me.
Okay. This show is for anyone who works in the service industry or any customer service stuff. So if you have stories you want to call in, you call us up, 952-292-7805, and the C-Man will answer the phone.
The C stands for call me.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
I got a little patter here to start off the show, Chris.
Patter.
I've got, this is something that I've been bothered by many times. And it's something that I'll never stop bringing up.
Over-tipping?
Oh, no, it's not over-tipping.
I know.
It's a customer left a $16,000 tip after ordering some hot dogs, chips, and a few drinks. This is CNN.com.
Yeah.
Decidedly left-leaning rag, of course, but whatever the case, this is national fucking news.
I know. Yeah.
I struggle because it's like, you could just donate the money to someone you know or whatever. You don't have to go get the fucking meal. You don't have to eat the hot dog.
Right.
But this one had some shit that I really like because this always strikes me.
Who's the waitress? Does she look like Jennifer Tilly or something? What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, wow. What a great fucking pull, Chris. Wow. That's one of the hottest chicks of all time.
Yep.
Even now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this has
she
some
might
great.
Be 60. Nobody knows.
there's just something about these stories. Whenever they happen, it just fucking. I hate that I'm this much of a curmudgeon or whatever, but I just go like, I fucking don't trust your intentions completely, right? There's just something disingenuous about it. This one's got a couple things on it.
Can I just interject really quick?
Yeah.
When you are a curmudgeon, and I find it hilarious, but your instincts have been right on a number of occasions. I just wanted to put that out there, that when I have been like, what? Why can't a person just be blah, blah, blah? You have been correct that, no, they have ulterior motives. So,
well, this is another thing that I really liked with this one because it confirmed that, at least to me. And then it also had this thing of another category that we talk about, which is tip pooling. Right? So
you always put that graphic up, and then we don't really talk about it. But.
Well, tip pooling.
Yeah.
Right? So this person had to get a $16,000 tip, which I would imagine as any server, like it would make your fucking ass drop out. Right? Like just like
be the third best tip I ever got.
Oh my God. Like holy shit, 16 grand. There were 8 servers on, there were 8 servers and then 4 people back of the house, which they're like, well, we can't cut them out, which is very decent of them. Mm-hmm. But then you're divided by 12. Now I got $1,200 fucking bucks or whatever. It's like, truly, that's a massive fucking pay cut.
Well, so it is from unless you look at it as though your life started 60 seconds ago. My life started 60 seconds ago.
I get it.
And I got $16,000. No, you didn't expect you were going to get $1,200.
Of course, but dude, their life sucks. Everyone who's in service, in customer service, their life sucks. When I worked in furniture, my life sucked. Like that shit. You get that flash of like, I'm rescued. It's like this has changed my life, and now it's like, oh, fucking week's pay. Sorry. And one other thing, they kept the back of the house in. You know, there's two fucking dickwad fucking dishwashers who barely show up. Who like, oh god, he shows up twice a week. Had to cut that guy in. He gets $1,200.
Well, I would argue that. Perhaps your life definitely sucks if you're a furniture salesman.
Yep.
There are plenty of people who work in restaurants that this is it for them and they're loving it.
A restaurant where they serve hot dogs?
You don't like hot dogs?
That's what this guy bought. He got hot dogs.
I like hot dogs. I don't know.
Can you just let me win something?
What?
Can you just let me win something?
I see how it is, Gabe. Treat you with kid gloves. Hey, that's a cool car.
Yeah, well, that's my next thing. Sorry. But one of the things it said, I just really like this part because I always think the guy's trying to fuck, the Jennifer Tilly waitress. That's just my default. So then here's the thing in the article. About a week after the customer left the big tip, he began returning regularly. Oh, yeah, he walks like an Egyptian into the bar every time. Hey, it's me again.
That's when Isaac at work was like, walk like you're cool. And I did like this is Isaac's cool walk. But it's like, yeah.
Isaac is a comedian who Chris and I know, he's acting like the audience knows. But yes.
He's famous. He's on Conan.
Absolutely. Super funny guy.
So, so the guy's strutting in there, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Just that like,
and
he starts showing up again.
And he wasn't a regular before.
Right.
Sounds like.
Came in, dropped $16K. I would.
Where do you come up with that number, by the way?
With these articles.
How do you not do 15 or 20? You go 16.
You know why? Because he had like $816,000 in his bank account. Like, I truly believe, like, that's, if you're that rich, he's just rounding down.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd have a picture of the fucking server in there with these articles. I would be, like, honestly, if you just show some fucking dog-faced broad, and then you go like, holy shit, he gave her $16,000. That's a really good guy. But instead, I have to envision Jennifer Tilly.
Here's the thing, though. Dog face or not, are any of these stories ever from a dude waiter?
No. And also, it said that it actually said in the article that place is packed with single mothers. So this guy's just hunting. He's hunting. It does too. Watch this.
How do they squeeze that in?
It says
liberal rag.
Many of the bartenders, some of whom are single mothers. Okay, some of whom. Whatever the case. He's in there hunting.
But what?
Why
did they write that? I don't even understand.
Because they know what I know. He's trolling for puss. He's trying to shoplift punani from a single mother, and I find that reprehensible.
Yeah, we got a call.
Okay, let's take it.
I'm going to take it. Hello, this is Chris. You're on Servitude. Who am I talking to? For crying outside. Gabe, your stuff's not working again.
Well, I always forget how my technology fails you. I know. We do this every week.
I know. Sorry, the person who called. Well, it says connected. All right, Gabe. Here's how it works. We turn off the goddamn Bluetooth.
And yep, you tell me when I should hit the button.
I have to go back on. Hang on. Then I go to the Rodecaster Pro. Then I forget the device. We're gonna be with you in just 1 second. If you could just hang on. Okay, now make it discoverable, please.
Okay. It is discoverable.
Now I'm going to hit Rodecaster Pro.
This should be a segment of the show.
It has to be. Hello, you're on
This is
Servitude.
terrible.
Was she saying this is terrible?
Don't. No,
No, I said, what is discoverable?
it's discoverable. She didn't say terrible. She said discoverable.
That's a relief.
Hello, my name's Chris, and you're on Servitude. Thank you so much for calling. Whom may I have a pleasure with speaking with?
Hey, Chris, I'm so happy to my call. This is Rachel Kozlowski. And
Rachel.
I'm a big-time fan. Yes.
Heck yeah.
Rachel, what's your work experience?
All right, so are we talking about great tippers, or are we talking about crustaceans? Because I got stories.
What is your experience in the service industry? Where have you worked?
So we can know who you are.
Okay, I have worked, so I am an actress, which means I worked a lot of places. So I have worked in San Francisco, Madison, St. Paul, New York City, Argentina, Buenos Aires, of all places. I've worked in a lot of restaurants, so...
How about the what type of restaurants?
And what positions?
High end? Yeah, like front of house, server. You're a woman, so I can't imagine you're a dishwasher.
Oh,
That's such
mostly
a sexist thing.
server.
Okay, yeah.
mostly server. I bartend too, but I've been so mostly server. Yeah,
Right.
but high end, low end, like diner, and basically like $300 a plate. So
Gotcha. All right. So the whole spectrum, the whole rigmarole. Awesome.
yeah, So I enjoy hearing your stories about servitude because it's a wonderful thing, but it's also like a soul-wrecking thing too. So yeah.
Yes, it is both. It's like also running the whole gamut of human experience. So what we're going to do
It is.
we're going to ask you a series of short questions, and please just answer them honestly. They don't have to be like amazing or hilarious. If you do have a story that just needs to be told, please go ahead. And then at the end, we're going to get to your experience with Red Lobster, which is the theme today. So here we go. What is the most you've ever seen anyone eat?
That's my question you asked right
No,
now.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It was on the top. Rachel, are you
It's
still there?
funny. I am, but you both spoke at the same time. So what is the most I ever... Because I heard something about a tip, and then you guys talked to each other, and I didn't know if something was going on between you two. So what is the most I've ever... What?
Actually, Gabe's going to ask that question later. We're going to go with a new one here. What's the longest you ever worked in one restaurant?
Oh, the longest ever. Maybe 3 years?
3 years?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Cool. What is the worst injury you've ever seen on the job, either yourself or somebody else?
Oh, man. Somebody stepped into a bucket of hot oil. Like their foot, like it was oil from the... that was like ambulances and awful. Yeah,
They
bad.
stepped into the bucket?
Yeah, that was my cousin. I didn't realize it was my cousin until later, but yeah. Stepped into the hot oil. And yeah, that was like, we still don't talk about that in my family.
That is messed up.
Not
you got
good.
one?
Absolutely, I got a bunch. So,
All right, cool.
So yeah. So you said you work server, bartender, all that stuff. What's your best regular nickname or nickname for a regular?
Oh, oh man. Basically, we just called him the horse behind his back because he was hung like us. So, it didn't have as much to do with his, monetary tips, but he was a great patron.
What'd you call him? Horse something?
Yep, the horse. Yeah, just the horse.
The horse.
Because he was hung like a horse.
Is that why?
Oh.
That's what I was
That's
wondering.
exactly why. Yeah, no, there was no subtext there. Just he was hung like a horse. His name was Carlos. Yep, there you go.
Fuck, that is such a big dick name.
Carlos, yeah. How'd you know he had a big dick?
Because everybody behind the bar was screwing him. To be honest, I don't know. It wasn't proprietary. Like, oh, this is my boyfriend. It was just everyone's like, oh, have you ridden the horse? I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's fun. So,
What's the biggest tip that you ever got? Ever in service?
okay, so can I celebrity drop now?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
it also, that's another question we have. Yes, celebrity drop now.
Okay. All right. So I worked in Manhattan, and the best client ever was Howard Stern. So whether you know, at that time he was very popular on the radio, whether you were, for him or for
He's the king of all media. We love him. Yes.
Love Howard Stern. Love Howard Stern. So Howard Stern walks in and he's, friends with the owner, but the owner is maybe my height, so 5'6" at his best day, and Howard Stern is enormous. Like, he's huge, and his fiance at the time is huge. Like, they're just tall, beautiful, gorgeous people. And she has three brothers, and they come in, and they are just like this gorgeous spread of people. And where everyone's like, oh, like, the Sterns are here, and like, everyone's like fighting over who's going to get their table. And the best thing about Howard Stern is that he was the most gracious person ever. So nice, always, like, never any kind of weird, like, I'm a celebrity special. And he would get mad at you if you took anything off of his bill. So he was like, nope, I will pay full price for everything that we had, every drink, every appetizer, every meal, every dessert. And then he paid 50% tip on top of it, if not more. He was the best patron ever, and just such a gracious guy. And I've seen him on, things recently, and I still feel like he has that same spirit. And it was kind of a surprise to me because I always thought of him as kind of a crude man, but he was incredibly gracious. And so, yep, that's my.
Do you remember any number though? Like, what was the biggest tip? So a bill comes in at, like, let's say $800. He's sitting $400. Yeah.
Which is a great night.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Hell yes.
Yeah,
because you also have a few more tables on it. So yeah, that's not. Yep.
Right.
But Howard made everybody, and he was so nice about it.
What is the quickest you ever got fired from a job?
How about the quickest I ever left a job?
There you go.
Was in San Francisco. I worked in the Tenderloin at Mel's Diner. So Mel's Diner, like, in California, like, bright-eyed in sunshine, like, oh, Mel's Diner. But I took the Mel's Diner in the Tenderloin of San Francisco, and so that was shitty because everybody
than any place I've ever seen in my life. Like, I was astonished how many homeless people are there. Astonished.
Every other person there was a heroin addict.
Yeah.
And me, like, fresh-eyed, too. I'm, like, 18, 19 at this point, and I'm like, oh, hey, honey, can I get you a milkshake? And they're like, I want some water. And I'm like, okay, great. So, yeah, I quickly was poached from another waiter who stopped by for breakfast and was like, would you like to work someplace better? And I'm like, yeah, I would. So I went to get my 3-week paycheck from the Mel's Diner in the Tenderloin, and he was like, can I hire you back? I'm like, absolutely not. I am leaving. So are there anything from all your service days, like, when I was on the killing floor of the furniture retail for a long time, and there are some people who are just so fucking rude where like I'd shake, like I'd be so mad, and I mean, it was rare, but just where every now and then someone would piss me off so much it would make me shake. Do you have any experiences like that? Unless I can get into, like, gross stories, like, I don't have to deal with a lot of. I mean, I don't have to deal. Like, I have heard the managers at some of the places that I worked at that are like, they hire strippers and prostitutes for parties, and I've heard those stories. But personally, I have never had to deal with someone who is super, super.
How about
weird?
I have a feeling that you're very, very attractive, and so is there anything like okay? One time I had someone at a furniture who wrote the store afterward about the dick imprint in my coworker's pants. Like he said, it looked so big, and he wanted to, whatever. It wasn't mine, unfortunately. But ever any all-time sexual harassment stories? You know, without triggering anything, not trying to be that awful, but funny sexual harassment.
Again, it was kind of, I was on the outside of some story that will blow your mind if we're going to talk like Howard Stern stuff.
Yes.
And it wasn't even him, it was other people. But the closest I've been to like a fun sexual contact was when I was bartending. A girlfriend of mine came in, and she's adorable, and she got hit on by Michael Keaton. And I don't know if we're
Michael Keaton?
if I'm supposed to say that. It was a long time ago. Yeah, so Michael Keaton, and I think he was involved and married at the time. But yeah, he was very like, hey, let's go up and let's go upstairs. And she was like, oh, I'm, you know, like an adorable person. Let's go do this. And so
You don't think he was just trying to get him up there to like watch some baseball or be buddies, or
Did she do it?
no? It was a guy, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
No, it was a girl.
No,
Oh.
it was a girl.
How dare you accuse
Yes,
Michael
but
Keaton of being gay?
I've had. Yeah,
Sorry, that was for Chris.
I've had plenty of people, you know, do the television, but I usually was just like, well, I have all my tips now, so I'm going to go to the bar and let's drink, you know. Irish carbon, is that so PC to say? Like, that's what we used to drink.
Oh my God!
Back in my
If
day.
it's not. If it's
I
not,
never
feel
even thought
awful.
of that, but man, I love those shots.
Yeah.
I want to.
Right?
I want to have one soon. What? This is what I forgot. What does Howard Stern eat? What are the biggest celebrities? What do they eat?
Oh my gosh, they're such, I hate to say pansies, because, like, they're all the LA, like, just, they eat nothing. They eat vegetables and broth and, you know, like, lean meats and, like, right? Things that I probably should eat, and then I'm like, no, I'm going to eat nachos and put, like, extra jalapeno and beef on there. Like, they just eat like birds, and they look great. But
what's the worst thing you ever like when you spill? You know, when you spill on a customer, like you spill wine on a suit or something like that. What's the worst fuck up?
I had them at.
Yeah.
So this was in San Francisco. We had these like VIP people come in, and they were, you know, show people, so they had been performing all night, and it was a big deal. Like, everybody had all this money, and they were buying all this wine, and I was just scared. And so I'm trying to serve these glasses of wine, and I had appetizers, and I had the whole tray,
Yeah.
and I'm putting it all down, and of course, like, something went off, and I just dropped the whole thing on top of myself, and so it was all the wine and all the appetizers just on me. And it was, we're 10 minutes to close. It's one of those where
you gotta
like,
tell the
okay.
kitchen. You gotta tell the kitchen, like, no, you're not cleaning up anymore.
Yeah.
You're making everything again, right?
Yep. So everybody is already leaving, and they're like, no, like, you're open until whatever, and we're like, sure, we'll see you. And everybody's super thrilled about it, and so
Yeah.
and we hadn't been drinking it all in the back. And so I set these down, and yes, everything's spilled all over me, and of course I'm in white. And so I just come back out, and I'm bawling my face off. So, but everybody has left. Like, I was just closer. I'm the only server left. It's just the kitchen staff and me. And so I have to go back out there.
Yeah.
And they're like, yay! So that happens. Here's some more wine. Don't mind, like, me drenched in your wine. And appetizers are on us. You're welcome. Thanks for keeping us open like 2 hours later than we wanted to be.
Rachel, in the interest of, or in tribute to Howard Stern, I'll say I'd like to ask you a couple Howard Stern-esque questions, if that's okay.
Okay, but I still have to go back to, like, what is the rating on this show? Like, do we...
Oh, yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Okay.
Like,
so it's like,
truly.
if I'm on Howard Stern show. Okay, great.
Yes,
okay.
no,
All right.
truly whatever you want. Like we're not, whatever, fucking shy like that at all. In fact, it's hard for us to not be disgusting. Have you ever been hit on by, have you ever slept with with a diner with a client who's come in?
Honestly, like, as many of the as frivolous as I was in my youth, I usually by the time I'm done with work, with a shift, like there's no client that is like, hey, I'm gonna wait around for you to like clean up and
That's true.
like, drain the margarita machine. So coworkers, yes, but other
you can't avoid that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But people that just show up, I'm not like, oh, and then flash with your pinky diamond ring. Like, no, that didn't happen much for me.
And then
Me neither.
Did you say that you worked in a seafood restaurant then? Because that's like today's theme. We're going to talk about a little Red Lobster and all that.
So I have had to fillet fish tableside. So that's the thing. And then
I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm sorry. What did you say? You did what tableside?
Fillet a fish tableside.
Whoa, where?
Like at Zuni Cafe in San Francisco.
You filleted a fish tableside.
Yeah. So I mean, it was already like their scales were off. I just had to debone it, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
and then what? You serve it raw, or you cook it tableside too, or what?
No, so it was already cooked, but then I had to it's cooked whole.
I see.
Right, and then I had to So
does that sound like something you'd like, Gabe?
What's that? Sound like something I'd like?
Yeah.
No, sounds fucking disgusting to me. But I don't like fish, so it wouldn't be to me. But
okay, but how do you feel about somebody coming and making guacamole tableside? Like, is that something that's fun for you, or are you kind of like, how much time are you going to spend at my table?
I'm not amused by that.
That's a funny way to
exactly.
put it. Yeah.
I went to that one Japanese place where they like fucking what's it called, where they chop the food right in front of you and all that shit.
Hibachi.
Yeah, like white people love doing that.
Hibachi.
Yeah, like that. I did that once, but it's kind of lost on me.
Well, there's so much pressure too, because I was like an apprentice. Like, there's people who can do it, and like there's like, oh, fillet knife, like they
That's
got it. But for me, I was like, no, not easy at all.
Right.
So here's a baller story. My cousin, well, not my cousin, my husband's cousin, has actually been to a restaurant. Like, he took her to a fancy restaurant, and she is Wisconsin deep, and she fishes Alaska. Like, she's a fisher person. And someone was trying to do this fancy fillet table side, and she stood up and took the knife and was like, let me do that. And I was like, yes, you are my hero. Good for you. Because I would have loved to have that rescue sometimes in my 20s, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with this fish, but here it goes. I thought it looks beautiful, and I hope you enjoy your $70 fish that I just almost destroyed.
Yeah. Right. Dude, when you were doing it at that time, was it at the time of like a lot of cell phone cameras and stuff? Were people filming you?
Oh, thank God, no, there was none of that.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is like where you're like at this job. Wait, what just happened?
You're the mayor of Stillwater. What's going on?
Wait a second, Rachel.
Hold on a
Your
second.
voice
Is this
has
the mayor of Stillwater?
Rachel, your voice got deeper.
Hold on 1 second.
What's
Is this
that?
the mayor of Stillwater on our phone?
You mean Stillwater, Minnesota? You know that? You know April.
This is true. The honorable.
The Honorable Ted Kozlowski? What?
Hey,
That's correct.
I have my own day there. Did you know that?
Shut the fuck up, Chris. Ted's on the phone.
I'm pretty sure I'm the one that did that.
Wow.
Hey, you wouldn't be telling me to shut the fuck up. It was April 11th, Gabe.
That's true. You're right. I wouldn't.
April 11th is my birthday.
I know, it's Ted's birthday. It's the most amazing thing in the world.
All right, I love you guys. I got to go pick up my parents.
No problem. We'll see you later, man. Thank you guys for calling in.
Yeah, thank you. Good night, y'all.
All right, let me know if you have more questions. I'll call in again.
Please
Oh my
do.
God, I found a tiny fog on my phone.
We'll
All right,
be-
love you guys. Have a great night.
Love you
you.
back.
Thank you.
Ted and Rachel. Wow.
Hey, brother. Love you guys.
Good night.
Goodbye.
The mayor of Stillwater.
The mayor of Stillwater.
You know, that's the first town in Minnesota.
No way.
And he's the mayor. And he called us.
Called us on his hands and knees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was begging to call in
Begging
here.
to call.
Begging to call.
So one of the things that we're going to talk about this week is, as we said, the seafood industry. Red Lobster.
And not
like
the
that.
thing where you open your mouth and you show everyone your food. Seafood, like food from the sea.
Not like that, Chris.
That's why I said not like that.
Not like that.
I
yes.
said that. I said not like that.
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to talk Red Lobster. And
Oh, boy. We got another
our
caller.
popularity's off the fucking hook here.
Yeah. Once again. All right. I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
No, it said miss. They hung up. Miss call.
Probably the mayor of Stillwater's wife calling back. Can't get enough of the old GNC train.
She's got her private number here. Mm-hmm. It's different. All right.
So
Whoever just tried to call, if you call in again, I'll answer it if you don't hang up right away. All right.
So Chris, we're going to talk. Wait a second. We're going to talk a little bit of the Red Lobster type shit, right?
That's right.
And one of the first things that you sent me was this thing.
Yep.
I'm not sure what this is.
Okay. So this was, I thought, to really get so what we're going to be talking about a lot, one of the most fascinating things I think with Red Lobster is their endless shrimp promotion. Now, this is something that they have done for a number of years, but it was precipitated by a disaster of a promotion called the Endless Crab promotion, where they lost a ton of money. And this article in Mashed was talking about like what you would need to do. You spend $20 to get endless shrimp. How much would you have to eat before you actually got your money's worth, right?
Okay.
So it says here that you'd have to eat 2 to 4 times beyond the initial meal. So whether it's wiser to spend your money in endless shrimp or a regular meal really boils down to, well done, to one's own stamina with this seafood marathon. So I just think that was like it's an interesting way to put it in context. Like, why are you going to the endless shrimp thing? Do you like shrimp? Sure. How do you like your shrimp? Breaded? I mean, do you like it scampied? Do you like it, just in butter, that kind of thing?
What are we saying though? I guess I'm not following what you're saying. So by this article, you're saying that to get their money's worth, you have to eat 2 to 4 times beyond the initial meal. So you have to go for fourths or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so weird to say 2 to 4.
I know, 2 to 4.
Yeah. But okay, so you have to eat up to 4 times.
Yeah.
I don't know the structure of their buffet, so I don't know how what matters, what type
basically,
of shrimp.
it's like you have a waiter and it's like a like a Homer Simpson comes in. It's just like just keep bringing the shrimp.
Yeah.
But basically, I think it's really interesting because they're obviously making money off this. It happens every year, and it sounds great. I mean, do you like shrimp?
No.
Weird. That's weird.
I like corn dogs. If there was like endless corn dogs, I'd like that. But I think it's...
Yeah, but you can't eat as many corn dogs as shrimp.
For me, they're all endless. No, I mean, you get a State Fair box of 64. But...
What's the difference between a corn dog and a Pronto Pup?
Pronto Pups are faster.
Nope.
So you said something about the crab, like endless crab was a debacle.
Was a dud, yeah. It was a dud.
How's that? Because you only had to eat like one dish, and then it just wasn't a moneymaker for him, right?
Like, well, yeah. I mean, and
The fuck are we talking about this for?
So we're talking
the
about
fucking
Red
economics
Lobster.
of Red Lobster. But well, okay. So this is something. When I was going through all the Yelp shit, I just sobered up for a second. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't like it. I don't like you putting me in that headspace, man.
Yeah, sorry.
But I wanted to be somebody in my life.
When I was going through all the Yelp shit, which we're gonna get to here shortly, it was amazing how many people. So like, if you look at a nice restaurant like Ocean Air, they would say like, well, I'm not gonna review it too hard because it was during restaurant week, and like I think we all know restaurant week is like, well, at least I don't know if it's still a big thing now that City Pages is done. But like, it used to be this big restaurant week where everyone came and the restaurants were all fucking slammed, and it wasn't a real snapshot of how the restaurant actually functions.
Right.
Right? I mean, in a sense. With the Red Lobster reviews, many of them said, well, we went there and we realized it was the middle of Lobster Fest.
Yeah.
And they go like, oh, it was we're there right in the middle of Lobster Fest. And just a disaster. Like, how many people just fucking have Lobster Fest marked on their calendar, like, to go to Red Lobster?
You're like, we never have lobster unless it's Lobster Fest.
Hey, honey, it's Lobster Fest.
Yeah, the kids like have the little claw hands.
Put on your flesh-colored panties. It's Lobster Fest. So that was really interesting to me. How many people just revere Lobster Fest, right?
Right.
I mean, for Red Lobster, it is Lobster Fest, and then the Cheddar Bay biscuits all the way. Which I worked with the great Kyle Kinane, and he had a killer Cheddar Bay biscuits bit. I wish I could remember it. I wish I would have called him to be on the show.
What was the theme of the bit?
Don't remember, but just that they're good.
That they're funny.
Yeah.
And the Cheddar Bay biscuits play into Endless Shrimp promotion in a huge way because as my friend John told me, and is that what's up next? I mean,
should I grab those texts? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I got them right here. Hang on 1 second.
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
So I have a buddy who you might see his initials, John L. is John Lobster, and so
he worked at Red Lobster.
He worked at Red Lobster for.
And you asked him a couple questions, and these are his text answers.
Yep. So start with a choice of 2 fried Cajun or coconut shrimp or shrimp pasta. You'll always try to steer them toward the pasta, my personal favorite, to try and fill them up.
Okay,
it's so funny
because that was a big thing.
Because you want to get them out so you get a new table so you get more tips.
So he's not really answering your question. What he's saying, like what he started to illuminate you on is like that there's a big conspiracy there that they're trying to fill people up and get them out the fucking door.
And the biscuits, and as you'll see later that I wrote,
Go ahead, yeah, I can go to the next one.
The free biscuits, right? I wrote the free biscuits. Like he's like, absolutely. Like that's what they're trying to fill people up. I think it's a great strategy to get more tips, Huh. And then I asked him if he'll go back maybe one, I think, or something. Or no.
No, I think this is all we got. It's all right.
No, wait. I had another question for him that I thought was funny. Maybe
you said something about the physique of the people, right?
Yeah, I said, is it who? Who's
about the physique of the people who go to the Endless Lobster or Endless Shrimp buffet?
Yeah.
And he said average looking dudes ordered the most with some exceptions. I think the fat dudes love the biscuit so much they ordered less shrimps, which I love for some reason.
Shrimps, yeah.
I love that he pluralized shrimps the most.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, that's the best part of the fucking show. Shrimps.
Yep. And then I just gave myself away after that. So, all right. So, what else we got about Red Lobster?
Well, so we have one that I'm kind of excited about here, and this is kind of like, we don't normally skip order like this, but I kind of like this because we have a literary grade of Yelp.
Hey!
The literary giants of Yelp.
Who's that guy?
That is me, but here we go. Literary giants of Yelp.
All right.
And, whoops, wrong, sorry. That was me again. I just like it so much.
I didn't like it. I loved it.
Do you want to read this one, or
I think you should read the first one.
I can read it. I can read it.
Set the tone, Gabe.
I will.
G-Dog. G-Bone. G-Yes, Noah.
Chapter 1. The Reservation. They lost our reservation, or perhaps didn't place it at all from what I could tell. I didn't hear a single, "I'm sorry, sir," but instead got some kind of strange look from the hostess who flapped her arms like a... Can you turn off that music?
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh yeah, this is what I loved about this guy. He uses similes and metaphors that don't fucking work at all. I didn't hear a single "I'm sorry, sir," but instead got some kind of strange look from the hostess, who flapped her arms like a dying beached whale.
You know those beached whales.
As if I inconvenienced her, or maybe harpooned the poor woman. I must not have been important enough for her, because to make up for her rudeness, she seated us next to a loud busboy station to enjoy our not so amazing meal to come. We couldn't hear a damn word with all the dishes clattering behind us, but fortunately, we got our water refilled very promptly. Hang on. Yep.
Harpoon the poor woman.
Chapter 2. The meal. The food was, how you say in French, merde.
That's what French people would say. You say, how you say. It's
How
like,
you say...
you know, if you speak English, you shouldn't say, how you say.
Right. Well, maybe he knows so many languages, it's hard for me.
He just forgets, like, English sometimes.
And here comes another just fucking dynamite.
How you say.
Here comes another dynamite simile. The filet mignons were stringy, like a pair of shoes. And not remotely close cooked to how he asked, except that they had been placed on something hot. In fact, they seemed to have completely undercooked one and burnt the other, which was a good thing because it made the choux mignon actually more edible than the undercooked rubber slab.
Stringy like a shoe.
The fish was grilled.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
The fish was grilled as I asked, but luckily burnt, such that I could taste the crisp ashes of what once might have been delicate seasoning, not meant to withstand temperatures appropriate for melting steel. Of course, not all things were so bad. The shrimp was tasty, although I found myself fixated on the thought that the jumbo shrimp were not so much as jumbo shrimp, but more of what I would describe as, quote, not jumbo at all, but bordering on smaller than average. Yes, very small. These shrimp were. Was anything good? Yes, the wine. Thank God. But they had little to do with that.
What do you mean? They ordered the fucking wine. They put it on the list.
Chapter 3, the bill.
I bet you the wine was...
He's actually got this divided into chapters. Got to give him credit there. The wine did play a crucial and maybe even a life-saving role in softening the final blow of a $200 check for 3 undercooked and overcooked entrees, some of which that featured not jumbo shrimp and charred seasoning. Of course, I was further mentally damaged by having to tip, as the waitress was the only positive point in our trip to Ocean Air.
8 useful.
8 useful.
7 funny.
Yeah.
1 cool.
And it was cool. Damn cool.
Was that you?
I actually didn't comment on this one.
You didn't vote cool?
Mm-mm. So now I've got a little bit of a thing we call forensic Yelp.
Down, schwank, 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 schwank.
Forensic Yelp. Yes, that's where we dig in.
We dig in deep.
A little further. We go down the Yelp hole.
You know what? We figure out what happened. Is what we do.
That's right. And this is, I always like to start with a positive one. And I thought this one is great. And this lady,
Jolene.
you read this one, Chris. I think this is just very...
Please don't Yelp me just because you can. You know that song?
Yes, of course.
Visited for our son's birthday. The service was great. Every person said hello or good night. Hello. Good night. Ashley was very attentive and wished our son happy birthday a few times. The food was very good. the lobster bake, and ultimate feast. The kids' meals, of course, looked amazing and reportedly tasted just as good. Great night.
Listen, the reason I put this one up because I just love that this is a 5-star review. And really all this comes down to is that everyone said hello or good night and that they wish their son a happy birthday a few times. It was all about the fucking interaction.
Food was very good.
Yep.
See, it does seem like an afterthought, though.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
And then this one is just a great...
Go
ahead and just read this one because I love this.
All right. Never would recommend this place to my worst nightmare.
There's nothing else after that hardly, but yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. There's a great thing in this.
Food was absolutely horrible. Lukewarm and not at all what I requested. Patrons were rude and making fun of us. Don't waste your dime on it. Hey, don't waste your dime.
There's something about people who fucking butcher like common whatever. Like I wouldn't recommend this place to my worst nightmare. I mean that's fucking gold.
It's really good. And don't waste your dime on it. It's don't waste your time on it. It's not don't waste your dime on it. I mean that makes sense, but
oh holy shit, we got a bunch of fucking comments here I've been missing.
Shit the bed.
Hold on, we got some nutcase. What is this guy?
What is this?
Ron. I want to talk to this guy. Ron. He says, what's the number again? My jank phone be failing.
Ron. Yeah.
None of these promos are for... Kevin Essling says, none of these promos are for the guests. I don't know what that means. Kevin, you got to call in. That's why you tip the server.
I mean, how is In the Shrimp not for the guests?
I don't know. That's why he's got to call in. Ron said that he'd like his salad toss table side. Jesus Christ, Ron.
Ron, hey. Oh, I get it now. Hey, Ron. Oh, hey, Ron. Right?
What is this? Yeah. Ron, you can call us up if you can.
You know what? Ron is like, it's like, you know what? That is just so Ron.
That is, yeah, it's just like one of my favorite shows is So Raven.
It's just so Ron. Ron. That's
for sure.
He also did a laughing emoji, so he can't be all bad.
Do we have a little hot juice this week? Should we do a little hot juice?
I think we do. You mean Hot Juice, the segment where we go through some of the hot, juicy gossip in the service industry?
Oh, that juicy. Oh, that juicy.
God, that is really juicy, isn't it? All right, let's go through some hot juice. This is from a Facebook group, one of the server groups on Facebook, one of the bigger ones. So this is the post. Nope, that's not the post. Sorry. And I'm sure this is my fault. I'm sorry.
Hang on, no. Let me just refresh it here, and then I'll. I think I got it right here. There we go.
So this is the post.
Restate. Hot juice is.
Hot juice is. We're going to talk about the hot juicy gossip that's going on in the service industry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that twice.
That's okay. It might be good for a clip. Hey guys, just out here wondering which place will hand me $400 for showing up, barely doing side work, sleeping with the staff, and leaving. Also, I'm going to be new. I don't do brunches, lunches, weekends, and I definitely don't do over 25 hours. Just wondering which understaffed restaurant I could come be a small part of before I leave to be a yoga instructor for $12 an hour. But don't worry, I'll pretend it's a huge life move. Also, I have a lot of friends that are collecting unemployment, and they think it's just free money. They're looking for $39 an hour to be high and fry chicken. They don't do it very well, but they want to be paid like they do. I can't stand y'all. So, what do you... I was actually just really interested. What do you think about this, Gabe?
Hey, listen, this guy's he's in my heart pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. This is very much how I view a lot of the world right now. I'm not proud of being this much of a curmudgeon, but the truth is that I am a fucking curmudgeon, and I this is how I feel. Like, I feel like this is what a shitload of people are like. Like, okay, there's a controversy.
Controversy.
There's some controversy with Birch Cafe.
Boink.
Are you aware of this?
No.
Get your fucking finger on the pulse, Chris.
Get your head out of my butt.
I will if you will. It is a there's this big thing, and I don't know it. I read one post, and I'm going to act like I know everything and judge it really harshly. But it was an ex-comedian, current wrestler, Ricky Norin, who posted this thing. So then I followed it, and it was at the Birch Cafe. This is, as I gather, for Juneteenth. The owner wanted to do a Juneteenth celebration. Mm-hmm. Okay? You know what Juneteenth is?
I do.
You don't have any black friends, do you?
No, but I know what it is.
Well, I have plenty, and I'll tell you. So
I'm considering having some, though.
No, it's well, you should onboard some. And basically the owner of Birch Cafe wanted to do a Juneteenth celebration. And a bunch of the staff approached the owner and said, "We're worried about that you don't have enough city permits, and that they're worried about, that because they're going to try to close off the street and like have a celebration, and that they think a lot of the people in that area will call and be angry about it and whatever." So it's like the staff rose up because the owner was not playing by the rules enough, right? Mm-hmm. Was kind of the thing. And the owner apparently lashed back out saying, "You're all white supremacists." Even though, because they're all white, it was all white people who were lodging these complaints.
And supremacizing.
And thinking that all blacks should be
under
subjugated. And yeah. And, whatever the case. So that became a big thing. A whole bunch of people walked out. There's a giant kerfuffle. And
that is the whitest word that you could possibly
kerfuffle? Yeah. I learned it in the streets. But whatever the case, that was the issue. And I just read this, and God damn it, man, I hate that I guess I tend to agree with the man more than I agree with the people these days, because I just read that as like, this is a business owner trying to do something good. Okay, maybe they didn't have the fucking permits. Maybe they didn't have whatever. But it's like, what is that your concern as the employee? Like, you get to say, oh, my safety's not a concern? Or I understand that you have that right. You have the right to be completely safe 24 hours a day at all times. Yep. No one can ever put you in jeopardy. And you have the right to be, you should have a fucking bubble around you at all times.
I feel like
fucking
you don't believe
pussy.
This.
I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Like, how about the fact that owner is trying to fucking keep your fucking bills paid, right? And that they've just gone through months of no business and trying to fucking survive. And you fucking dipshits who just have the
you know what I think? Wait, I'm sorry. Was your?
No, I don't know, man. I'm really not trying to be this shitty about it, but it is really like one of those things where it's like, bro, like that person is trying to pay your fucking. There's a big thing in the world right now where everyone has the right to be like, I need to be treated like a fucking Arabian prince at all times. I'm sorry, that's just my fucking policy. Right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. If that's your policy, move it along. You're a fucking server at a goddamn restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're not an Arabian prince.
I don't even think Arabian princes are Arabian princes, but talk
about NBA or NBC? I can't remember his name. Sorry.
So, what's his name?
Let's get off
NBC.
It doesn't matter.
NBC.
Yeah.
So, this is what I think would be something of a fun research. Maybe is that we could figure out like, okay, who is like the guy that's on the side of the person that you're on the side of, right? The restaurant owner, right?
Yes.
And then let's figure out how many restaurant owners are just like marching with the other side. You know what I mean? Like, do your views directly correspond with how much property and business you own? Right?
I'm not following you.
Weird.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
I thought it was clear. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
So how many business owners are like in the street with the people protesting against like the thing that you just described? Right?
Okay. What's the point? Sorry, dog.
Does your your life situation dictate your politics?
Of course it does.
Yeah, but I mean, do people understand that at all?
No, I mean, that's my point. Is that what I'm saying is that these people it's so fucking easy to sit there and go, hey, these are my rights as a worker.
Right.
But none of them seemed, or at least I shouldn't say none of them at all. Many people don't seem to want to understand what it takes to actually fucking put them in that job. Right? And it's like, I'm sorry. You need to fucking understand that this is part of the fucking deal. And any good team, man, who the fuck is such a rules pussy that it's like, you didn't get the permits from this city. I really need you to get the fuck you. God damn it. Are we gangsters or not?
Well,
It's my feeling.
so I've thought this about like just when when we had home ec. Did you have home ec when you went to
Fuck
school?
yes.
Yeah. So I always thought it would be a really, since going out to eat is what is it? It's a cultural necessity. It's what we do a lot of the time. We all go out to eat. Why not in home ec have half the class be working in the restaurant and the other half of the class be going to the restaurant, and then flip it? And what by that same logic, why not have be a business owner and a business patron, and that in school to teach people what it takes to actually keep a business afloat? Why don't they teach kids that?
Yeah, I mean, right, for sure. And I think that's just you'll love this because you're a fucking communist, but it's just that this is where we're going now, and this is like
Not a communist.
so they're gonna do a big walkout and they're gonna do a big fucking thing, and it's like this is someone who's trying to pay your fucking living. They're trying to provide a place for you to live and work.
It depends on the person. I mean, maybe
the person's a psycho, and I
am
shouldn't be backing them up,
99% with you. It's just like there's going to be those people that aren't. There's going to be people that are stealing their fucking shit at every little turn, and maybe those people need room, obviously. You're an American, you believe that they need room.
Goddamn right I am.
You need room to fucking breathe and protest and all that. How'd you get so big?
Second you called me an American and puffed me up. What are we? So Ron, you gonna call in, motherfucker, or what? Please have Madhu stop making point. Oh, you got fucking savage by Tim Kennedy.
Tim Kennedy?
He just dick fucked your ear.
Tim Kennedy won't even come on the show. I don't even fucking have to listen to that guy.
Call in, you bitch.
The two most boring names in the English language.
You kidding me? That is an American president.
I'm scared.
Tim Kennedy, call in with your take on this. Someone who's run multiple restaurants. I'm dead serious. Like, I really want to know what other people think of this, because I feel like I'm becoming a fucking, I don't want to say this, but a Republican. I mean, I'm not. I never would, but maybe like a Republican light. Or something like that.
That's Joe Biden.
Right. I agree with fucking Joe Biden. Too much.
Ah!
Well, at least he likes gay people. I love gay people. You know that.
What did Tim? I can't find what Tim Kennedy said. It's that worthless that I can't even find it.
Here it is. Here it comes. Wait a second. He says, "Please have Madhu stop making points." That's what's on screen.
Yeah. Oh, he just wants his entertainment to be all. Yeah. Why don't you go watch Friends then? Yeah, because I'm gonna keep making points.
Ooh, Kevin Essling just rhymed. He said, "You can't teach someone who will never have to be a peon how to be a peon."
Peon.
I can't tell who he agrees with there.
I can't tell what that sentence means.
Kevin, let us know what you think.
I don't know what most of the words in that sentence mean.
Tim Kennedy has some issue with his pond. Hey, I love that people think that you can just fucking write whatever. We really appreciate that.
I actually like that.
I'm just glad you're right.
You know what, Tim Kennedy, me and you are cool again.
I mean, even this, like, hi, Ron, he wrote, Anderson was awesome. Hey!
I don't know who this is. It says Tim Kennedy. Hello, this is Chris.
Ooh, good.
What? Oh, hey, we have a caller, Tim Kennedy. No, for fuck's sake, Gabe, your shit doesn't work, man.
No doubt, man.
I don't know. Gabe?
Do you want me to make it discoverable? Just tell me what to do so we can get this going.
I think you need to call Tim Kennedy.
Just you call him. Here, just like discoverable.
Yeah,
there you go.
It might be hard right now.
Why, is your phone dead?
Yes.
Okay. Can you run in here and tell me his phone number?
Of course. All right, can you
Hang on, I'm just going to change a phone number.
Put up the fish.
Nope, here, I'm just changing it.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I will not take any scoffing from the phone dead captain of the world.
Bluetooth on.
The only guy with a phone dead more than me. I won't take it.
Hang on,
What a stupid number.
you're going to talk about something else while this is going on because I'm trying to connect here.
All right. So the
You're good at improvising.
you're making me
All right, I'm
self-conscious
good.
now,
I'm
Gabe.
sorry. But here we go. I'm good. Tim Kennedy, call in, dog.
Yeah, you. That's your ringtone, really?
Here we go.
Yeah, Pro Alligator running there.
Welcome to Servitude.
Hey, Tim.
Gabe Noah on the phone. I don't think it's Tim. Is it?
Yes, it is, sir.
I got 2 calls coming in.
Stick with Tim.
All right, I will. I'm going to decline the other one. All right, I think the other one is probably Essling. Tim, how you doing, man? Thank you for calling into Servitude.
Good, brother. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Good, man. How you been? It's been a long time.
Been busy. Actually, we're starting to pick up and can't find employees.
Really? So actually on that point then, so Chris and I talked about this last week, and my feeling is just that it's like as simple as soon as they cut that like extra unemployment benefit, that'll be done, like, and everyone will have employees again. Is that how you feel, or do you think there's a real sea change that happened?
Well, there's 2 things going on. One is, yes, everyone's, not up to going to work. Yeah, but, like, my goal is to have a full staff before the unemployment is cut off to watch people beg.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you going to achieve that goal? Do you have any idea?
Methodically. I've actually been I'm looking for the place I'm running right now. I'm looking to get probably about 15 to 20 more employees. And applications resumes are trickling in, but I'm picking and choosing the right ones right now.
And then
it's a different world.
So then I want to say for anyone watching, in case there's anyone in the job market, that we know Tim Kennedy because he has been the GM at a couple places we do comedy, and I think Madhu worked with him before that, right?
Yeah, well, like Rumpy's.
Right. Great dude, and actually, like, truly someone who you'd actually want to work for,
Yeah.
even though he's a fat piece of shit.
Well,
Yeah, but I'm tougher than all.
yeah. He's one of those.
I'm actually,
He's a teddy bear in only the like maybe the 2% of places you want him to be. He's not one of those fucking. He actually cares about who's working for him.
He's like one of those guys
Well,
who
what
the
are
same
you guys-
people working with him.
I mean, other than podcasts, are you guys working right now?
Podcasting, and I have a studio business.
Yeah, I work for Gabe. And
Is it happening? I mean, are things actually going on?
It is, except now in July, everyone wants to take July off because the people who do our business is like people who have extra money to do podcasts, right? So like we produce a lot of podcasts and content production and shit like that. So then those people are like, well, I'm going to go take, we're going to go to the cabin for 2 weeks or something like that. So then that like hurts us in July. But other than that, yes, good. But
Because it's like right now. I mean, I'm a food and beverage manager out at Running Aces Casino. I mean, it's a massive operation,
yeah,
and we are the only place open till 2 a.m. for bar service in the Northern Metro. There's nobody else.
when do they close?
And everyone's closing at 10 or 11.
Huh.
And we can't figure it out. I'm like, if you were a bartender, which you probably both have been, I know Chris has been in the business, wouldn't you say, fuck, I'll stay open until 2? I'll keep it running. I'll take that extra, $300.
Yeah.
But they can't even find people to do that right now.
It's that bad? Holy shit. I'm fucking blown away that that no one else is at all. I assumed it was kind of scattered.
So
you get North 694 and there is not a fucking thing open past 11 o'clock.
Yeah. And you think that's directly just the unemployment thing?
I think it's part of it. I think businesses are still gun shy. They've learned to run lean, and managers and owners are working too late and have burned themselves out. But it's so shocking, and it's like, who the hell wouldn't want to? Like, oh yeah, I'll close the fucking place. I'll make my extra $300. You can't even find anyone to do that.
But if they're gun shy, like, why are they hiring so much?
They're not.
Oh, because if you go on like Facebook, like everybody is like every 2 out of 3 posts is just like we're hiring bonus and all that. It's like a lot of hiring.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I dig that, but there's still everyone's afraid to stay open late, and I can't put my thumb on it because we're killing it from 10 o'clock to 2, just destroying it.
Right.
That's
Our bar, yeah, it's insane what we're doing.
Huh.
Are you guys doing comedy shows again yet? Because
not yet.
Oh man,
We're working on it.
That's like truly one of the best. I did shows with Dave Mordahl there a long time ago, and then I came back and headline. But truly, of like 4 shows that I've done there at Running Acids, shockingly great shows. Because you're kind of used to like casino things as being, kind of ho hum shows. But no, they're great there. Great.
No. It's different now because the room where you guys were doing comedy at is now our poker room. And now that we have a hotel, everything's going to be pushed over to the hotel. But I'm working with marketing right now. I'm going to be doing all the booking and talent buying for that stuff. So look for that maybe this winter going into next year. I'll start doing comedy in the hotel.
Very cool. Well, just, while I got you on the phone, just to let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have Corey Adam run it no matter what.
I was just going to say that Profession Confessions getting 10,000 downloads locally, but I just want to put that out there real quick.
And I'm friends with Gabe in real life.
Absolutely.
What I base my comedy MCs on, did you guys ever make an album in Iceland? That's where I'm looking at.
Did we ever make a what?
An album in Iceland. Because if you didn't do it, You haven't made a comedy album in Iceland. I don't really want to deal with you.
Okay, well,
like Corey did.
What about if I send dick pics to someone unsolicited?
Okay, you're in.
Okay, thank you. So you're someone who we want to talk to on this show for a lot because Chris has talked about that you have great stories, that you're someone who's been in the business. How long?
1987.
1987. Who's the? Can you talk about some celebrities that you've served?
Oh, sir.
Or
favorite
just
one,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, Tim was more of a
Manager type, but yeah.
and throw him out guy.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, one day in the early days when I was bartending at First Avenue, I looked up once and there's Robert Plant standing in front of me.
Holy shit.
That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome.
And I just looked at him. He looked at me like, "What do you think?" And I said, "You're tall." That's all I could get out of my mouth.
He said,
like,
"What do you think?" Like, I mean, in reference to because he saw you seeing him.
Yeah, he saw my eyes go, "Oh fuck, it's Robert Plant."
Yeah, what do you what do you think? That's a great thing.
How
to
long
say.
do you have to be famous before you have that to throw out as your response? Right?
I mean, since you're 26, you're
Yeah.
that famous, right? What about didn't you throw out Dave Mustaine from Megadeth fame?
What?
By the fuck, dude, I've thrown two people off by the hair: Anthony Kiedis and Dave Mustaine.
What? Shut the fuck up! This is amazing. Well, please tell those stories. Yeah.
So Mustaine was just Megadeth was just up and coming. He was an opening band, hammered out of fuck, and screen went down. He kept wanting to play, so he started trying to climb the First Avenue screen, and he's tearing it. So we just pulled him down. I dragged him up by the hair to his bus and told his tour manager, if you want to get paid, he stays on the fucking bus. So that was easy.
Dude.
This one gets dicey if you're ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some shitty dirt in his sack.
Right.
After the Mother's Milk tour,
Yeah.
and our manager at the time, Val, starts screaming at me like, get to the fucking dressing room now. So I'm thinking someone's attacking the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Right.
Go in there, and they're trying to tear the shirt off of about a 13-year-old girl.
Holy fucking
13
shit.
Oh, yeah. Everyone except Flea. He was upstairs at the bar.
Who's known as the
So we
good
just
guy,
started.
right? Yep. And this is
John
Frusciante.
You know what? Fuck him.
Who?
He's complicit. Like, fuck Flea.
What
really?
He happens to walk. He's complicit, Like, I wasn't there. I don't know this is happening every fucking night I'm around,
Yeah.
He knows when to get the situation to look good. He's a
No
bitch.
way. I didn't know that. That's
Fuck
crazy, man.
What about
Yeah,
Chad?
so, yeah.
Chad doesn't see.
Yeah, Chad seems like such a good guy. You're kind of shattering me.
He was in. Oh, fuck! Every one of them are just.
Honestly, they've had so many more shitty albums than good ones than that.
Oh.
You're kind of like, yeah. Why wouldn't I think that?
They're the kings of sorry. Keep going, Tim. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I just don't. They're and their music shit too. I'm sorry. Fuck
It
them.
is. No. It is. It is. What'd you
But
do? when
we
you ran in
literally,
there?
we went there. I threw everyone off of her because she was fighting to keep her fucking shirt on. And
Holy
it's
shit.
getting torn at this. Oh, it was full on. And so Val, the manager at the time, she pulled her shirt off. She was wearing a sports bra underneath, so she pulled her shirt off, threw it over her, took the girl and ran. And I fucking took Kiedis and I think it's Chad too. I know it's two Chad right up against the wall. I fucking headlocked Kiedis and just ran that cocksucker right out the bar. Into it, outside, just kicked him right in the fucking chest and threw him outside and told everyone if he comes back in, they're not getting paid.
Holy shit, dude. I mean, that truly, wow. You're blowing me away,
This went
Tim.
to trial. They paid her off, and it settled out of court. So it went to trial, and
Whoa. That's insane.
Is that something that you've like kind of heard since? Like, I mean, that you feel good going like, yeah, that dude's a piece of shit, no question. It wasn't just one fucking super awful, like disgusting night. I mean, I'm definitely not trying to stand up for him. I'm just trying to say you have your ear to the ground in that shit. Have you heard more about that? I want to know how much I should write them off.
He writes about it in his book.
Oh, no
he
shit?
He writes about nailing children in his book. He's a fucking pedophile.
Holy fucking shit, dude. You're blowing my fucking mind. I mean, and I don't give a fuck about Anthony Kiedis at all.
What they're about.
So he writes about it in his book?
Yeah, he talks about living with, she was only 16, but it was all right. She liked me.
Right. No, I mean, dude, he's a clear scumbag. I'm not trying to act like, it's just to hear that people do that, like open fucking shit like that is shocking, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. Holy fuck. So,
the thing that gets me is fucking Flea gets the pass because he's the good guy. He donates to charity.
That's my understanding, yeah.
I always thought Chad would be the good guy. He seems like he's a backwards hat.
He knows what's going on. He just knows when to walk away and not say anything, you know?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, because you see Flea play with like Jane's Addiction and play with like he plays with so many bands that you think are decently cool. I don't know, maybe Jane's Addiction now are fucking
that was a spurious.
Actually, that band is nothing but class. Believe it or not.
Whoa, that's crazy. See, between the two, you think Jane's Addiction would be the fucking.
How long did you work at First Ave, man?
I know. Huh?
How long did you work at First Ave?
87 to 93.
How did you like? Because to me, like I can tell that you're a guy who can hold your own. Like who's obviously a tough guy. Not obviously a tough guy, but someone who is a tough guy. But how did you find that out about yourself? That you could go, be a bartender, like that you could grab Anthony Kiedis by the fucking hair. He's got Native American tattoos. He's got a good body. I mean, how do you know you can do that? Yeah.
He's also 5'6",
That helps. That helps.
No, man. I mean,
and he had a good body. I want to grab it.
No, I grew up with a Marine Recon's father. He had us boxing in third grade. So.
Oh, okay.
We were. I had the toughest block in Mountain View. Put it that way.
Yeah. Who's the biggest dick of band, or like who's the all-star team of dick bands that you ever dealt with?
Mustaine by far. Oh! They might be Giants as the biggest cocksuckers of all time.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Really? How so?
These pricks. I love this. They wouldn't go on stage. Okay, if you remember, for a while, you couldn't get Perrier in Minnesota. Like there was some embargo on it.
If you remember.
Embargo. Tim, you're I love you, by the way, as a guest. You're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So Perrier, you couldn't get. It was kind of banned and stopped production. And they might be Giants wanted Perrier water for their dressing room.
Of course they did.
So of course we couldn't get it. So we and they didn't have like this weird rider. It was a fruit platter and some lunch meat and Perrier. So we couldn't get Perrier.
Life is unfair.
So we got whatever the next thing was in 91. So they're like, well, we don't have Perrier. We're not going on. I'm like, what? And the fucking opening the opening band's playing. You got 2,300 kids out there.
Yeah.
They know we're not playing. You can't get Perrier. And I just looked at them. I said, fine, we'll fucking pay you. Now, but you have to go out on that stage and tell everyone out there why you're not going to play. You go out there and tell them we're not going to play the show because we can't get Perrier. And they crumbled like children.
Right. It's the least fucking punk rock, least of whatever rock and roll shit you can fucking do. That blows me away. Who else?
Wait, so what happened?
They went out there.
Oh,
and
they
crumbled.
played.
Yeah.
They fucking played.
Yeah, they played.
They
cowards.
They might be jerks.
Yeah, man.
Like we call them, they might be excuse me. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm outside.
No problem.
Gentlemen, where?
But Chris, where are you working at now? What do you got going on?
I'm working for Gabe, man. And
That's it?
I also
That's it.
and I also
Don't sound so.
You need some help?
no. I do I work at the hardest job you'll ever love, being a father.
Wow.
Oh, I dodged those bullets.
Tim, did you ever work with Elvis Costello?
No, I never did it. I got to meet him once at Red Rocks, but I never actually worked with him.
How about
Elvis. I was on tour with ZZ Top. I was the road manager with them, and Stevie Nicks invited us to Red Rocks, the whole band. And we got there. I'm sitting next to Elvis Costello, and I just looked at him like, "Hi, I'm Tim." He's like, "Yeah, I'm Elvis." And that was our meeting. That was
What
about it.
he said what?
Yeah, yeah, I'm Elvis.
I'm Elvis.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's that is his name.
Tim
It's not a
Story.
great story. I'm sorry.
No, man. Hey, dude, I actually think it is. Did you ever work
did
with
that, so too.
Sublime then? Did Sublime ever come through?
Not during my tenure.
How about hold on.
But see, I get out before that garbage was ever produced.
For sure. Hey, the great Ian Rands has just rung in to say, asking about one of my personal favorites, ask him about Bjork, he says.
He must mean
one second here.
the drummer from Caius, right?
No.
Hold on. My wife's calling me. What's up? What was that?
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, he's talking to his wife.
I'm on a pot. I'm talking to Chris Maddox and another
Tanya.
comedian that you. Okay, so what did he ask?
He said, ask him about Bjork.
Well, I can't really say that out loud.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Because I love Bjork, actually.
Because it still says ask him about Bjork.
Okay.
He's insistent.
Wait, say what you just said again.
Ask him about Bjork.
Ask him about Bjork. I love Bjork.
You said
I said I love Bjork.
I loved Bjork. Let's put it that way.
Loved Bjork. Because I hear she's a maniac.
Yeah.
Can you even hint at
No,
what
she was.
happened?
I think he did, Gabe.
No, he
I
didn't. He
kind
said
of did there.
He did, I said. He loved Bjork.
I get it. No, I heard that. I know. I'm trying to get more
On a
info.
bus.
Yes.
But yeah, I love Bjork on a bus.
Okay. How about Husker Du?
Greatest band in the history of music.
I disagree with you.
Hands
vehemently.
Then you don't know anything. That's okay.
God damn it. I can't wait to meet you in a parking lot, you fat
Did-
son of a bitch.
Don't you wish you were the bass player, though? I wish you were the bass player for Husker
I
Du.
played a couple shows. I played a couple shows with them on bass. When Greg had his
fuck up.
noise out.
That's awesome. How about the
Really? Why didn't
Replacements?
they keep you? I mean, I think
I
they
wasn't
should
good.
have.
I thought I wasn't good enough.
I don't think so.
How
I don't
about
think that's it.
How about the
You didn't have a mustache.
Replacements?
No, I could, at that point I could not grow that mustache
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
or jump.
What about Prince?
Class act, nothing but class, pure class. Good story about Prince. So my dad, again, picture just alpha me, marine recon, road construction, just monster.
Road construction.
Alpha Me Road Construction Monster. I love it.
I got home from the tour. I'm like, I'm flying me and my mom and dad out to Alaska. It was just fucking go to Alaska. So we're going there, and I had seen I saw Chan Poling in the airport from the suburbs. I'm like, hey Chan, how you doing? Blah blah blah. Where you going? I'm going to Colorado. Blah blah blah. Done. And my dad's like, yeah, you don't know anybody. I'm like, but you just saw me meet. He's a suburb dad. He's a big star. Say whatever. So coming, as we're walking toward a gate, someone had us on a cart. Is Prince. He's riding in a cart, because he doesn't walk. He's Prince.
Right.
So he's riding one of these little trolley carts. And my dad goes, oh, here comes Prince. Why don't you fucking say hi to him? And I'm like, just whatever, Dad. Let's just get to the plane. And also the cart stops, and he jumps out and goes, Tim, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm good, man. Where are you going? He's like, I'm just coming home. I'm like, yeah, we're going to Alaska. And my father was so fucking pissed at that.
Prince knew you to that level? Why?
Because
From
he would
first
call
hour?
my office. Yeah.
Okay.
So anytime we wanted to do like a little quick gig, he would give us a call, see if we could get him in.
Okay, because you might not know this about me, but I'm also in Prince's inner circle, and by that I mean I worked on his video for Black Sweat, and I was in the art department for it, and he actually asked me to stand in for him, and I was told not to look him in the eye, as they only ask his best friends, and then I was in a hallway with him where it's just me and him for like 50 yards. And I see a man with like a women's business suit and high heels walking, and it's just me and him in the hallway for 50
And
fucking
it was
yards.
Tim?
No, it was Prince. And the whole time you're just like, okay, I'm not supposed to look him in the eye. Don't look him in the eye. Don't look him in the eye. And then the last minute, I'm like, I can't not look someone in the eye as we're walking by in this hallway. So I jabbed him quick. And as I looked up, he's staring right back at me with this hard stare. And I was just like, oh shit. And I looked back down. I was like, I'm fucked. I'm fired. That's all. But nothing happened. But it was great. Yeah. And then I worked his Grammy party.
That's cool. That would have been a fun one to work.
Oh yeah. I was I got in an art because I left my post because I was supposed to be working the fog machine. And I went and I was a heroin addict at this point. And a giant drinker, and I also had some coke. Yep.
He also had some coke in his pocket.
Yep, I also had some coke.
Yeah, just
and then I
throw that in there.
Actually, you know what? This is very, very pertinent to this conversation. I went and joined the party, and I saw Bruce Willis walk in, and it's still to this day one of the weirdest things where Bruce Willis walked in with these two like 21-year-old like hippie kids, like both beautiful hippie kids, not his daughters, because I know what his daughters look like.
Oh.
And they were clearly on hallucinogenics. Like it was so odd. Like I was just trying to figure out why they're together. But Jude Law was there and he was fucked up. And I was waiting in line for the bathroom with him. And Jude Law in his English accent talked about like, I just saw this band, like Coldplay. Coldplay's amazing. And I was like, Coldplay fucking sucks, bro. I'm like, Coldplay is one of the worst fucking bands I've ever heard in my life. And we got in a heated fucking argument that I'm proud to say that I'm on the right side of history.
Yeah, you are.
You are on the right.
Yeah. And I knew I was at that moment. So.
All right. We have another comment here from B. Goodman's daughter. It says, ask him about Bjork.
Yes, I laid Bjork. Okay. At the end of.
Well, we got that already. I mean, it just wanted a little detail.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what. There's nothing else to say. I was fucking fond over her like a puppy. And I think she was just acting with mercy on her part.
You fucked Bjork?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
She has two boobs?
Birthday party days.
Are you serious? I can't even handle this shit.
I can't either.
Bro.
Wow. Yeah.
Ian, thank you, Ian.
She was really feeling generous that day.
Jesus Christ, that's like the Ronald McDonald House times a million.
Put it this way, Tim. You're one of my favorite people in the world, and I've never thought of doing that.
Were you in a wheelchair or something? With some balloons tied to it?
She's on tar heroin at the point.
You're amazing.
Yeah,
you're an amazing person.
You're
Thank
an amazing
you for calling.
man.
My God.
You're right.
I wouldn't have sex with you for anything.
Yeah, you're gonna.
It'd have to be such a desperate situation, right?
All right, we got to get a picture of Tim up here and post.
Oh, Tim, you're coming on Profession Confession, by the way. There's just no way you can't.
And you're coming on most Servitude episodes from
Dave,
now on.
your little talk show here.
What's that? My little talk show? You son of a bitch. What is the have you ever been beat up by someone who you're trying to throw out? What's your best kick out story?
No.
How about that?
Honestly, I've somehow, I always had a good crew around me. I've never come up on the losing end of that.
I have a great question for you, actually. Remember, so Tim, who we're talking to now, was the manager at Grumpy's, where I ran an open mic every Wednesday for 15 years. One night,
Worst comedy show ever.
worst comedy show in history. Do you remember the night that a man named John Case punched me in the head? He was 6'7"
With the microphone.
with the microphone in his hand. He cold cocked me.
I remember that.
Yep.
So that night that happened, he gave me a concussion because the next day at work I was behind the bar and someone was ordering a drink and I just fell face first, and then my eyes looked like David Bowie. I had like the one big pupil and everything, and so then I had to go about finding this guy to pay my fucking hospital bill, and
Which you did. I remember that.
Which I did, goddamn did. And his name was John Case. Guess what? There's quite a few people named John Case on Facebook. So, we found him because he had another video of him already up on his thing doing comedy at Grumpy's. But then you told me that...
Get up there. Not the fight, but some of the worst sets ever of all time. He actually posted on his Facebook page.
I know, right? It wasn't even to keep good jokes up. It was just for me to find him.
His big kicker is, "You want to see my dick?"
Well, you make it sound funny, man.
Yeah, actually, that sounds like a good bit.
Fuck, you got great delivery. But so remember when all I knew is that you said, I think he's got a catering business. Yep. And then I said, I don't want to know anything. I'm fighting a legal battle here. So
I don't know if I can say what happened after that.
I think,
but I could talk.
Yeah.
I could talk. I think I could talk in hypothetical here.
All right, let's do that.
So let's say you find somebody who has a catering business, and you book about 27 events with them, right? And you just say, well, they need, most catering businesses need some money down, and you just say, well, yeah, we could do that, or I could just pay you in cash at the event. Because everyone loves cash, right?
Well, I do.
Well, let's just pretend that happened a lot to him for like his father's catering business for about 2.5 years afterwards.
That's fucking rad, dude.
And let's just pretend a barber named Ross was in on it with me. Okay.
God damn.
So, yeah.
Tim Kennedy, the best guest we've ever had. Gabe, you still here?
Yeah, man, agreed. I'm truly just thinking of more questions to ask him. I could ask this shit all day.
And I know Kevin Essling is watching. You're also the best guest we've had. Don't fucking get butthurt.
Actually, Kevin Essling already declared Tim a Hall of Famer.
Oh.
Servitude Hall of Famer.
He's right.
Actually, that's true. You know what?
He is.
Tim, this coming Monday, we are going to induct you into the Servitude Hall of Fame. You'll be
holy shit.
You'll be
Are you sure, dude?
I am sure.
Okay. Wow.
You're going to be the second.
Well, why don't you put dude from Running Aces Casino some night?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it. Ready? Look at this. Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Tim, what do you want to do to this guy's face?
We don't know that he's watching.
Break it. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. You're right. Dude, without even looking, he knows he wants to break his face.
Tim, have you ever been offered?
I'm not watching video. I'm just talking into the phone, so
Gotcha.
I don't know what's happening.
Right.
Okay,
right.
that's fine. That's fine.
And yet you nailed it.
Yeah. No, you were dead on. Have you? Sorry. Have you ever? Because you work in the music business, you did a little security stuff like that. Did you ever get offered the old blowjob to see the band?
No, I did.
You know
I
why?
didn't.
Because you're disgusting.
Why? I'm a sloth.
That's right. No.
But going back to Gabe's story about Prince, where you couldn't look at him, I only ran into something like that once. I think I was with oh God, I fucking hated him. I had to be the Bodine. I was with the Bodines.
Bodines?
Yeah, just fuck this shit,
Fucking Bodines?
I didn't pay it. It was a money gig, I
Right.
go with work. So I'm with the fucking Bodines, and we had they do 2 shows and have 4 weeks off, and I'm like, I'm in Ottumwa, Iowa, trying to figure out what the fuck to do. So Rochester calls me at the merchandising company calls me like, hey, can you do merchandise for Neil Diamond?
Oh,
I'm like, yeah. I'm an hour and a half away. Gotta pick up his stuff at a FedEx Club and get to fucking Rochester. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. So I went there. I get there, I'm checking my stuff, and this, oh God, Franny was her name. I'll never fucking forget her. Like, okay, you need to sign this. We're checking out your merchandise. I'm like, here's the paperwork. You don't have to count every fucking thing. And just an hour of just talking to me. I stopped listening immediately. And she's like, and then you need to sign this. This is a no-look clause. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, if you see Neil in the hallway, you need to turn and face the wall until he's out of the hallway.
holy shit.
Oh my God.
Otherwise, you forfeit your pay and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, fuck you. There's no fucking way. I'm not going to guarantee you I don't look at Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you even call that sort of a contract? A guaranteership?
It was the no-look clause.
Especially a man who fucking names himself
awesome.
Diamond.
A no-look clause.
I still actually have the paperwork for that one. And she's like, well, then you can't be here. I'm like, fine, then I'm taking all your merchandise because it's under my I procured it. You don't own it, I do. She's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you're going to lose, what, $80,000 in merchandise sales tonight because you're a fucking bitch.
Right. What's the most the most rock star moment you ever saw? Of just whether positive or negative, just something where you went like, oh, that's a world that I've never been in or will see.
Lemmy at First Avenue by far and away.
Really? How so?
Yeah. They were playing a show, and it was back when the front doors of First Avenue were still glass. They weren't plexi or whatever, some polymer thing. He's got a box that he's trying to carry, and he kicks the door to try to to have us open the door. Before the show, he shattered the door. He's like, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck, I'm sorry. And it was me and a girl named Jules Spears were managers at the time, and he sent us a Christmas card every year, apologizing. He goes, hope everything's well with you.
That's fucking rock star. That's so rock star because it's rock star to be unrock star and do that, right? You're gonna set
absolute gem.
Yeah.
I saw Lemmy when I lived in Los Angeles at the Rainbow Bar, of course, and he was there all the time, but I had no idea. And when I went and saw him there, I was in fucking awe, and it was so weird to see him there as just a regular guy. What are the what is someone who's so to a lot of us, Lemmy's a big star, but if you're in the industry, you kind of know that, hey, he's just out there fucking, hacking away and doing the circuit and, trying to keep good relationships with each venue and all that shit. Was there ever moments like that where like you just go like, God, this is weird to see them as regular people, or just where they're not as big as they, as we think they are, I guess. I don't know.
So, yeah, the one that stunned me is weird. It's kind of the same scenario. I was in Iowa and Rochester called me up to do more merchandise. And it was a Barry Manilow show. Same venue as Neil.
Who's really huge in a way, right? Like, I mean, Barry Manilow's fucking huge in certain circles.
Oh, he's huge. He's so huge.
Right.
He's Barry Manilow.
This is in mid-90s, and he's packing out civic centers and everything.
Right.
So I'm getting the merch out to all the tables, and he comes out with his handler and an Asian kid named Fong, who he combed his hair a lot.
Oh,
That's all I know about.
Why, was his hair very unkempt or something?
Did Barry comb his hair? Or did the kid comb his hair?
No, Barry combed his hair constantly.
Because he cared about how the boy looked? Or?
That's so dark.
But so they came out and like, okay, we're gonna put the box right here. I'm like, what's the box? What does that mean? And Barry looks at me and he's like, well, here's the deal. You're gonna get every Jewish woman within a 200-mile radius coming here with pictures of their daughter with phone numbers on the back and addresses for me to marry them. I'm like, really? He's like, oh yeah, every show everywhere. I'm like, so what do we do? He's like, well, they'll put their photos in there. I'm like, then do I throw them out? He's like, no. We write back to every one of them.
Wow.
I'm like, really? I'm like, you do? He's like, yeah, I sign them all. I sign every one of them. My staff writes a thank you letter. I'm like, holy shit,
Right.
And these boxes, there's like eight merch stands, and they're like fucking Amazon boxes full of pictures. And they address, thank you, not looking to be married right now, but we appreciate it. I hope you come see me again,
Does he send a headshot or?
I don't know if he did or not.
Right.
I was trying to actually fucking right back.
So on that same token, then, is there anything? So I'm a big fan of watching Vince Neil videos online. Like, I love looking for Vince Neil. Like, he is so fucking awesome to watch. He had this recent Iowa county fair thing where like his voice got hoarse and he, just walked off stage and shit. I don't know. I love Vince Neil.
He can't do it.
Yeah, he's 350 pounds. Yeah, so you see people coming up. You see people who've been at the top, who've been there a long time. How about people where it's like, oh no, your popularity has dropped off the fucking cliff, but you don't know it yet? Any like situations like that you can think of?
Fucking ZZ Top tour I was on they weren't even playing live at the time. It was all, if you remember the term DAT machine, their whole show was on a little tape, and they would play live over it, but mid-stage, they just like, suddenly their arms aren't even moving because they're too tired and too Prozac out to play.
ZZ Top?
Yeah, I
thought ZZ Top were like the quintessential like players band. Like, kind of like a Stevie Vai kind of thing.
So they were, but they got in that disco phase, right?
Yeah, it took a couple decades off of actually. They toured, but if like we're gonna play in the Civic Center, we'd get bumped down to Roy Wilkins that tour. I had to cut the catering trucks. That was a miserable, awful tour.
Really? Wow. I mean, is the smell of death just like all around kind of? Like, I mean, is that a shitty vibe the whole way through?
But then how did they come back?
Oh, I don't know what they did. I think they got off. I think they actually like, because it was a Prozac holiday. They were just spaced out. They didn't even know where they were. I think they was kind of like, let's try it again, and they did it. because they're playing, they're playing live now.
Right.
Who's the best player that you ever worked for or saw? Like just straight up chops or licks or whatever. Who you saw?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, okay,
Great question,
okay.
Gabe.
God, Gabe, you're nailing it.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Noah.
I do this all the time.
Not a well-known name, but Ted Parsons. He was Prong's drummer when I was
Nice.
with them. But he also drummed with the Swans and I think Pigface and stuff. Ted Parsons, one of the best live drummers I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that blew your mind, didn't it, Gabe?
Who'd you see?
Wait,
Yeah.
who was it, Gabe? Who did he say, Gabe?
I'm moving on. Who'd you see get the most women, or just the most rock star?
Okay, Bob Mould.
Bob Mould didn't get the most women, did he?
He didn't try. If he tried, he would have.
I know.
Servitude podcast.
I mean, I hope Bob Mould didn't get the most women, or I feel bad for all the rock stars in the world.
Well, then I missed
What rock stars tip the best?
tip the best.
Yeah, that's a great question. What's the biggest tip that you ever got
Yeah, that's
or
a
heard
tough
of
one.
or saw? Yeah.
Oh, I would have to. Oh, God, the ultimate story. Yes. So, this was a day before Valentine's Day, probably 90, somewhere in there, 91 at First Avenue. Keith Richards is playing the State Theater on Valentine's Day.
Oh wow.
And I'm running First Avenue. I see a limo pull up, so you know who it's going to be, right? It's like he's in town.
Beef. Yep.
I think we had Vic Chestnut playing that night. So he door opens. There's like 5 round little British old men coming in. His bodyguards and Keith. So he comes in. I'm like, okay. I'm like, let's just bring you upstairs. I brought him upstairs. You guys probably know Pete Rasmussen, the bartender. So I put him at Pete's bar. I'm like,
yeah. Okay.
best bartender in the face of the earth, hands down.
Just real quick, Pete Rasmussen is the guy. When you go to First Ave, he's the fastest bartender. He's got the tie tucked into it. He's about my size, and he's the fastest bartender you've ever seen. Do you know?
And all around the best. If anyone says they know the best bartender in the world, unless it's Pete Rasmussen, they're wrong.
Yep,
Hands down.
absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's not even a fuck everyone else. There's
And
Pete Rasmussen.
it's been that way since I was 16.
Wow. All right.
Oh, it's been that way since probably '84.
Yeah,
He's
amazing.
the best. Health matters.
Yep.
So I stick Richards and his group up top, and I walked up. I'm like, I go into the office. I print up a bunch of drink tickets for them. I'm like, here, you guys drink free tonight. All I asked was that you treat my bartender well. And Richard, fucker, I love you. Mumble, British. So they're there for like 3 hours. Just in it. I bet Pete made probably $1,000, $2,000 off of them.
Wow.
They just threw him money. And then Pete's like, I gotta. Do you know Steve McClellan?
Yeah.
The old. Okay, so Steve's in the office.
Steve McClellan is
He
the
doesn't-
owner of First Avenue.
At the time, he was the general manager. He was First Avenue. He was
For sure.
He First Avenue what it is.
And
So
he's
he's in his office,
yep. Go ahead.
and he's a lot of things. So I bring Richards into the office to Pete, and I'm like, "Hey, Steve, I'm gonna print up some more drink tickets for Keith Richards." And he still, to this point, doesn't believe me that Keith Richards is there.
Yeah.
So I'm standing, literally, just like his face is at his computer, and me and Richards are in his office, standing behind him, and he's like, "If fucking Keith Richards wants a drink for free, he can buy this fucking place." And then there's the pause. He's like, "He's right behind me, isn't he?" I'm like, "Yeah, he is."
That's fucking awesome. Tim, that's such an awesome story.
That's so
great.
amazing.
No, it was great.
What did
And we
Keith
went to
say?
a party after. Oh no! Then it was pleased to meet you. It was fine. They laughed
Right.
about it. So then afterwards, Richard, he's like, "Hey, because we had the whole fucking club decked out in Valentine's garland. He's like, can I get some of this garland for my amps for tomorrow? I'm like, oh yeah, yes you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like take this whole fucking wall down, give it to me, and like blah blah blah. So I loaded up into his limo. He's like, yeah, the man is just a gem. He's sweet, he's happy, he's cordial. He's like, would you like to come to the show, or I was like, oh, come over to the hotel tonight. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to come to your hotel tonight, sir. So
Suck
me and
with
I
Richard's
took a
dick. That's amazing.
not good of it.
Wow.
There were other people in line.
Right.
So I went over there with a couple people from work. We go over there, and he's like, oh, why don't you, if you want to get on the list, go talk to, like, we'll say Roger. So I go to Roger. Like, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Contact us. Like, okay, you're on the list +1. I'm thinking for tomorrow's show. I'm like, so I just go up. And he's like, yeah, you'll be at Will Call. He's like, anywhere you're at Will Call. I'm like, what do you mean anywhere? He's like, oh, for any Stones show, wherever. You're on the permanent guest list.
Wow.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, no. I still am to this day.
That's fucking.
+1, any Rolling Stone anywhere in the world. Just for giving him garland, he put me on the fucking guest list for life.
Have I ever told you that I like hanging out with you?
I like you way more than Chris does, dude. That's
I don't
seriously amazing. Who's the most?
What?
How about the most charismatic performance or most transcendent performance you've ever seen? Anyone who, like, okay, I guess there's two categories for this. There's someone who's already famous or popular who just like levitates the building because they're great, and then there's the other category I'm talking about is someone who like you don't expect, who you don't know, and then they come in and they rock the building so much to where you're like, holy fucking shit, this dude's amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Anything like that?
The one, and I still don't care for the band that much, but Lane Staley
Sublime.
from Alice in Chains. Sublime. Everything's
Yeah.
Sublime, and they're the best. They're the best dippers. No, but Lane played, we had amps stacked, a PA stacked to the floor, and there was like a 2-3 foot gap and a PA hanging from the heat ceiling. He did the entire show like squatted like a gargoyle, just in this little wedge of space, and it was the most amazing fucking thing I've ever seen. And I still don't love that band, but it was like, oh my god, that was a performance.
I saw
you guys
that.
got up in
I
it
love that
night?
band, and I saw him do that. I saw him gargle.
Were you at?
No, I
That
saw
was
him
fucking.
at Lollapalooza 3 do that. He just gargoyle perched, you know.
It was ridiculously beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I've ever been like gobsmacked by somebody and think. Again, another band I didn't like, Pearl Jam, opened up for Trip Shakespeare in front of about 400 people, and like, whoa, we just looked at each other like, this is gonna be huge. You know, you could just tell they were. Well,
Right.
I don't think I thought the best live band I ever saw First Avenue was Fishbone. Their show was insane.
I believe that.
Fishbone's
I
the
believe
greatest
that.
band in the history of time.
Whoa.
That could be the greatest live band of all time.
It really.
Fishbone.
Really?
Fishbone's the best.
You ever listen to their albums? Because I
Do I?
watched a great documentary about it was about Bob the
Angelo?
Thelonious Monster.
Oh. What?
Thelonious Monster, the band.
Oh.
Is
Nope.
that what they're called? Yeah, with Bob.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah. You know that band, right? Tim?
Sure.
Am I crazy? Yeah. Well, whatever. They had a whole bunch of fucking Fishbone shit in there. But yeah.
Fishbone is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, live, you can't fuck. Two of the greatest, I mean, anything, and again, he's not cool to like anymore, but fucking anything Henry Rollins does live is amazing also.
What?
Yeah.
I love Henry
Yeah.
Rollins. I I read most of his books and shit. Like I actually like him a lot,
Mhm.
but I can't
I
imagine
do
his
too.
band being that good.
So good. Well,
Dude, the first
you'd have to go
big
see
fan.
him, Gabe. You know,
Holy
Wow.
to know.
I heard he's a liar, so I won't go. Huh?
Good job.
How about Jane's Addiction?
No, first time they came to the club was the 7th Street entry, 2 nights. And I think, 7th Street entry capacity is like 230. I'm pretty sure we did 600 every night for them.
Oh,
That
really?
was the greatest live shows I'll ever. That stands out in my mind as the first night in the entry is one of the greatest live shows of all time.
How about a Jane's Addiction cover band outside of Grumpy's?
They had a good singer and a good guitar player, and everything else just fell short.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, really short.
Really,
I'm gonna keep on
I mean, physically,
short.
like 5'7".
How about the saddest
Yeah.
or like the most embarrassed you ever were for a performer? Ever like a situation where you go like, God damn, dude, get yourself off this stage. This
Also, a
is awful.
Jane's Addiction
Yeah,
cover band.
it was. I was still a janitor at First Avenue. I mean, so I was there like for like 3 weeks. That's how I started off. So I think it's like my first week there, and we had an all-age Ace Frehley show coming in.
Oh.
So they're gonna early morning load it. And mind you, I love Ace Frehley. I fucking love him.
Ace
I hate
Frehley?
Kiss. I love. Yeah, he's a
You
hero.
can't shit on Sublime and then fucking extol Ace Frehley, but okay.
Yeah, you can, Gabe.
Yeah,
No.
but you can't. You
He
can't
was in
easily.
Kiss. Gabe.
I mean, fuck. It's Sublime. What the fuck? Like God.
That is an argument that holds up in legal circles.
No, it doesn't. But okay.
Speak.
Keep going, boys.
Anyway, so bus pulls up at about 4 in the morning. We're cleaning the club, and they're pounding on the front doors. I'm like, "Okay, Philly's here, everybody." So there's like me and 3 guys, and he's got this fucking British tour manager. You know you're fucking in trouble if you have a British tour manager. Because anyone who has a British tour manager is trying to be something they're not.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Hey, he can't get off the bus. We don't know where the hotel is. We're not gonna fucking do this show. Blah blah blah." I'm a janitor in a dorm at the time, and I'm like, "Oh, the fuck, you're not doing the show." Just like he's like, "If you can get him in the fucking club, then we'll do the show." I'm like, "I'll get him in the fucking club." So I go on the bus, and I'm picking him. This dude, Ace Frehley at the time was like 260, and he's tall, and he was like quivering like a passed out bag of cats. It was horrifying. Just, I don't know, he's just writhing and crying and puking. I'm like, so I throw him over my shoulders, to like firemen carry him. And I can't get him off the bus. I'm trying to turn sideways because I can't get through the bus entrance. And some chick is just pounding on my head like, "You're hurting Ace, don't hurt Ace."
You're hurting Ace.
Firemen carry him from the front doors into the shitty dressing room at the time and throw him on the couch. I'm like, "Now you're fucking playing." Like, I have no say over this. I'm the lowest of the low on the totem pole. But he woke up. They got to his hotel. Next day, I'm doing like the barricade for him. He's like, "Hey man, are you the one that got me in?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come here." And he's got literally. You remember the Kiss solo album? With all their photos on it.
Yes, I
Or
do.
the painting.
Yep.
He had his mirror. He had a mirror with his, with the Ace picture on it and Ace spelled out and cocaine on it. He's like, "Man, do the first half of the A." I'm like, "Okay."
Wow,
And that fucking
dude.
poor guy.
That's fucking awesome, man. I mean,
It's Sublime. You know what? Sublime would never let you do that.
exactly, because they do all the drugs themselves because they fucking rule. But anyway, what is the most, how about that, the most decadent rock star shit that, did you ever work with Motley Crue?
No, I have pride.
You son of a bitch.
Thank you.
Don't you ever come at Mick Mars like that again. Don't you ever
By far
fucking
the
say
most
that on my show.
the most rock and roll tour I was ever on, and no one believes me, but was when I tour managed the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's fucking awesome, and I believe you.
Hands fucking down. Nothing came close to that. We went through Canada in winter. Nothing came close to that.
Just fucking white girls?
Just insanity. It's
Really?
middle of winter. It's just every Tuesday. My job on this was they had a bag of uniforms, a bag of basketballs, a fog machine, and a spotlight. That's all I was in charge of. Get their money. That was it. It was the easiest gig. But the one thing they stressed was every Tuesday throughout Canada was Long Island Tea Night at Holiday Inn. So we had to stay at Holiday Inn.
Bro, I actually I went with the great Gus Lynch through Canada. We drove from Minneapolis to Edmonton, and we stopped at Holiday Inns. You're blowing me away. There was a Long Island Tea Night. Like, this is fucking blowing me away in Saskatoon. Holy shit.
See? You think I'm lying? I'm not.
I don't think you're lying, but I'm blown away at how truthful you are.
I'm going to go get a Long Island tea. I was just talking about Gus last night. He couldn't open a candy wrapper, but he could roll a joint. It was amazing.
Yeah, totally true.
With his meat hook hands.
Candy wrapper?
He couldn't open... his fingers were too big to open a candy wrapper.
Tim,
He still tried.
We have people commenting on this, and some of the comments we're seeing are, this is the best guest ever, or Tim's worst days are better than most people's best days.
Yep.
So thank you very much, man. And I'm dead serious. You have to come on Profession Confession now.
Yep.
Well, yeah, let's do a live one. Let's get you out of running aces.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yep.
I mean, we should. We should for sure.
And Gabe
You're
would
the
like to
king.
open for me
I
there.
had no idea that you were the king like this. This is so fucking great.
Yeah, Gabe never believes me.
All right.
No, I said, Chris said, Tim Kennedy's the man. I said, Tim Kennedy's a fat piece of shit. And now I feel terrible.
And now you're going to fight me.
Yeah, you are the man. You are the man.
I'm 55. Got to fight. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you for coming on.
Gentlemen, where?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for
thanks, Tim.
for coming on. Thank you much for enabling Corey Adams through all those years. And thank you much for being Tim Kennedy.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
Because if it weren't for you, he wouldn't exist. So thank you very much. No. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, sleep well, Tim. Sleep well.
Sleep well, pal. No, man.
Good night, you guys.
Thank you to
night,
Tim
bud.
Kennedy. Thank you to everyone who watches
Servitude, Gabe. It's called Servitude.
Should we say goodnight, Chris?
Yes, we should. Good night,
Why don't you
everybody.
get your guitar so we can fucking rock again like we used to.
I know. All right, but all I have right now,
Goodbye, Tim.
good night, Tim, is seriously though, peace out. What's up?
Oh, yeah.
God, I hate that guy.
Ooh, good one.